Hello there, guys. Today I wanted to talk about one of my favorite YouTubers in this space and a court case that just happened between him and the mother of his child. Now, this man has many names: Deadbeat Dale, High Tier Groomer, the Rog of War. Those are just a few of his names that you might know him by. But we're talking about LTG, Low Tier God. So before we start this video off, I want to say that I actually kind of enjoy some of LowTierGod's content. I don't think he's a terrible person, and I think that he does have a lot of knowledge that he drops off on people kind of casually. But at the same time, I see why people don't like him. He is a crash out, and he has done some questionable things and said some questionable things. So chances are you do know this guy, LTG, and you know what I'm talking about, and you would also know how he tries to hide from the world the fact that he has a daughter. So for whatever reason, he just will not admit to the public that he has a daughter. Maybe he wasn't ready to have a kid at the time, or he really has that much disdain for her mother, but whatever the reason is, he doesn't like saying that he has a daughter. So recently, a couple of days ago, I stumbled upon this video on my YouTube feed of LTG in a court case. It looks like, I think this court case was to get a restraining order on his baby mother because she slanders him, maybe, allegedly online, or talks to people in these Discord hate groups and says things about him, and he wanted a restraining order. So now, of course, since he's in front of a judge, I just fumbled something in my lap. Of course, since he's in front of a judge, he has to say what it really is, that he does have a daughter.
Like I said, I've been dealing with a lot of offline stalking. People are taking pictures of my home, and like I said, me personally, I know it's hearsay, but I feel like all of this, because I've been doing social media for about 10 years, and the worst time of my life has been when she started doing 13-hour interviews about me, going into these hate discords. This is a whole hate discord, used to basically go at my social media, slander me 24/7. And the fact that she's in here as my child's mother is extremely egregious. So I feel like the best way for me to be protected is I have to have a restraining order. My safety is a risk. People know where I live. She's discussing if I have firearms. She's mentioning my mortgage paperwork. Just things that don't need to be said. If we share a child together, there's no reason for this woman to be trying to figure out ways to dismantle me online.
So you can see in this clip here that he does say, we share a child together and the mother of my child. And I just think that it's great that this came out, because of what he did next. So this video alone wasn't very surprising. We all knew that Dale had a daughter. No matter how much he's tried to cover it up, we all knew that, in fact, Delon Sparrow, as he likes to be called, does have a daughter. Now, where the story really gets interesting is that this buffoon tried to go on stream and say that this clip was AI. He's telling his fans that this clip is AI. He's saying things like AI has really gotten... He said AI has really gotten this good. This is crazy. And it's so funny, right?
I don't know what the this shit is. I don't know where niggas got this shit from.
It's a public document.
I'm confused. I don't know. I don't know. I gotta compare. Hold on a minute. This shit AI, bro. Yeah, this is some crazy ass AI. That's wild. Yeah, I've seen it. Technology is getting crazy. I know, that's what I'm saying. Like, what's even believable anymore? Yeah, that shit crazy. I was just like, what the fuck? I wonder what the fuck they use for that though. All right, well, there's that.
So, honestly, if Dale does still have supporters, and if I was one of his supporters, I'd feel very insulted right now. Especially because he has this thing. What does he call it? It's like soul swap. He calls it soul swap, where it's a collection of all of these AI videos that he's made with Sora and pieced them together to tell some type of story, right? So if you're a regular in his stream, you've seen the level of AI and what AI can do. And I'm sure that any normal person who's not 60 million years old can recognize AI. This is clearly not AI, and I'd feel insulted watching his streams, especially if I supported this guy, because he's straight to your face insulting your intelligence. He thinks his viewers are that dumb, and maybe they are. I mean, you kind of do have to be delusional to support this guy. I'll watch some stuff, whatever, but I'm never sending the guy any money or subbing to him or any of that. Really, I don't even watch him on his platforms. I usually go to Red Dale. Shout out to Red Dale. Anyway, I'd feel like this was a direct attack on my intelligence if I was one of Dale's supporters, because it's clearly not AI. Now, the way I feel about the situation is, all of this stuff has already come out. This is irrefutable proof. I think we've already had irrefutable proof. I don't follow this subject too closely. I just, like I said, I tune into Red Dale here and there. I'm a truck driver, so while I'm on the road, I like to have some type of background noise, and it is entertaining. But nonetheless, I don't think Dale is a terrible person. I don't hate him. I don't dislike him necessarily. I just think that it's dumb for him to keep trying to, oh, excuse me, keep trying to hide this, especially with all the proof that's come out. And I feel like the public's opinion of Dale would shift dramatically if he would have just came clean and maybe tried to meet his daughter. He's never met his daughter, by the way, and I think his daughter's like 12. He's never even met his daughter ever, right? Maybe he should just admit that he does have a daughter and maybe try to be there at least just a little bit for her. I think that I personally would respect them a lot more if I knew that he wasn't actively just trying to be a deadbeat, because the the way it goes is this, right? As a man, if you have a child with somebody, no matter who it is, because it takes two to have this act of having a child. Nobody forced Dale to stick his wiener in this girl and impregnate her. I get that he's gonna make the argument that he didn't want the kid, so she should have not went through with having the child. But when it comes down to it, the child was had, right? There is a life that was brought into this world, period. Regardless of how he feels or how anybody feels on the situation, the child is here. So, with that being said, I think that, me and a lot of other people would have a lot more respect for him if he just got that through his Delulu mind and just, did something for his kid. Now, we all know that's never going to happen. Dale is the lion sin of pride, but not as cool as Escanor is in Seven Deadly Sins. He's just the sin of pride in general. So this is one of those things that he's going to take to the grave forever. Who knows? Maybe when Dale's on his deathbed, he'll finally accept the fact that he does have a daughter, but by then it'll be too late. It's still like teetering on being too late now, especially because one day this kid, if she hasn't already, is going to see all of the things that he's said about having a daughter, especially, but about not trying to claim her. And if she's not too fond of her dad already, she's definitely not going to, go for it then. But yeah, I just thought this was a funny situation, especially because instead of just coming clean when all odds are stacked against him, Dale is too stupid to just own up, and instead he tried to claim that this video is AI, and it's clearly not. But you know what? To each his own. I hope that everything goes well with his daughter. I really feel sorry for the girl. But yeah, that was it, guys. Oh, like, comment, subscribe. Check out all my socials in the description, and I'm out of here.